In my childhood home, my mother pushed my sister and me. She continually told us that we needed an education, that we didn't want to be where she and my father were. At 12 years old, my father put his emphasis in the picture relative to education. He took me to the fern field where he worked. He handed me clippers and showed me how to cut fern 1/2 inch from the ground. My mother calls the position for cutting fern standing on her head. After about 10 minutes of leaning over with my head down by my knees and my hand and clippers touching the ground, I was soaked with sweat, about to keel over. My dad said, "Go get a swallow of water." Now this is only about 10 or 15 minutes after I started, and I was soaked. And he said, "Don't drink it, just pour a little over your head." Come back to the field, not wanting to be there at all. Got the clippers, bent over again, started sweating again. After about an hour, Dad said, "Go get in the truck and lay down. I don't want you to fall out here." Because he saw I was soaked, not just my shirt, but all the way down. It was hot. He picked the hottest day of the year. I don't know what the temperature was, but it had to be 100 degrees. Laying in the truck, I knew right then that this is not for me. Dad, I learned my lesson. I hope you were just trying to teach me something, because I never want to come out here again. And my mom kept pushing my sister and me to go to school, to study hard. And she watched our grades. She wanted us to have top grades. In elementary school, it was all E's, and high school, she expected A's and wanted to know why we didn't. And of course, they couldn't help us a whole lot. But for some reason, I found it easy in school. So I made good grades without a whole lot of effort. But I studied because I wanted to know more. I was interested. I read, but I read scientific stuff. I didn't read a whole lot of novels and didn't read the comics and stuff like that. I read technical books. So my mother pushed us and pushed us. So my childhood was steeped in education. Now, when I got home from school, I had work at home, chores, and did chores, and we could go out and play. But I always did my homework, didn't have to be told. She'd ask, "Did you finish your homework?" Truth of the matter is I finished most of it before I left school. So my childhood years was 100% pushing from my mother, encouragement from my father. He only went to 3rd grade, and he knew that education was the key. So he went to night school and bettered his education, because he doesn't know what grade he got to. My mother went to 8th grade because that was the highest grade in DeLeon Springs at the elementary school. And the 6th grade teacher, Mr. Staples, drove 5 or 6 kids to the high school, Euclid and DeLand, and my mother didn't make the cut. So she couldn't get to DeLand, and she wasn't going to walk. So she didn't go any higher than 8th grade. But I honestly believe she's the smartest person I've ever met. So I loved my childhood. I love my parents. I thank my good graces every day for her pushing, encouraging me every day to get an education. And my father, I mean, he was the brick, because he didn't talk every day and push me. He showed me. And that's what he did with everything. He used his hands, and he was good with his hands, and so he took me to the field. And one day he did say, he took me to show me. Now I knew he was showing me what he did. And at 12 years old. Anyway, the education kept me out of the orange grove and the fern field. So I loved my childhood.